not only during the Great Depression, but also after the dot-com bubble burst and after 9/11, among other times. And they were proved wrong in every case. Now, I'm not saying we should dismiss the idea that this frugality will be permanent or even long-lasting, but it would surely be in our best interest to closely watch this trend among our customers. We must also be aware that these new habits may have a long-term effect on the mindsets of consumers, which of course will affect your business. Competition remains a top concern. I don't have to explain this to you. As we all know, retail channels continue to blur, and all businesses are competing for fewer customer dollars. Next, we have healthcare costs, with an impact rating of 7.6. FMI's research found that only 12.7% of our industry's top executives do not expect an insurance cost increase. And among those who do, the expected increase was 6.2%, down slightly from 2008. Then we have interchange, or swipe fees, that credit card companies and banks extract from every plastic transaction, with an impact rating of 7.4. The total cost to all retailers of interchange fees has tripled since the beginning of this decade to nearly $50 billion. Yes, that's with a B, $50 billion. And we saw more increases here too. In an era of price deflation, pressures continue to mount to aggressively manage costs in all areas of the business. Food safety remains a top concern. FMI's research this year shows that 1/3 of shoppers stopped purchasing certain food items due to food safety concerns. Yet we also found an increase in consumer confidence in the food they purchase in grocery stores to 83%, up from 81% last year. However, their confidence remains somewhat fragile. Only 11% are completely confident, while 72% are only somewhat confident. We've endured more recalls than we can count, and we have a new administration in Washington, D.C., focusing on this and related issues with great intensity. Now, I know how aggressively the industry works to address food safety issues, manage food safety concerns, and educate customers about food handling. And since some of this is even beyond our control, it'll always be a top concern for us. I assure you that FMI will provide leadership to be your educator, advocate, and supporter on all that concerns food safety. As I mentioned earlier, CEOs believe the economy and competition are having the greatest impact on our industry today. So I want to share an interesting study I came across from Euro RSCG Worldwide, a marketing communications agency in New York. In May of this year, this group surveyed shoppers in the US, the United Kingdom, and France about value. In the survey, shoppers said quality and service are the driving forces behind their decision to purchase a product in the current economy. Now let me tell you something you already know. The most valued supermarkets are really good at customer service. According to the study, a majority of shoppers said top-notch customer service and trust in a company factor into their purchasing decisions. More than 80% of those polled want companies to show a human face. And just last week, a Harris Interactive study sponsored by Right Now Technologies said 87% of consumers have stopped doing business with a company after a bad customer experience. And 84% indicated they would tell others about their bad experience. And with the explosion of social media, information about bad experiences travels fast. In the Harris survey, 1 out of every 2 consumers said they will always or often pay more for a better customer experience, even in a down economy. More good news. Those companies making an effort to build customer loyalty through exceptional service are finding themselves at least partially insulated against an economic backlash. In tough times, people like to deal with companies that genuinely care about them. So creating a culture of customer service requires hiring the right people, investing in them with the right training, and empowering them with the right tools and technology. And that's what Future Connect is all about. All around us, we see that companies in just about every industry are reducing their workforce to cut costs. But we're all here today looking toward the future. We're here because now is really the best time to hire and inspire our associates and to cultivate future leaders. Challenging times present the perfect opportunity for your best performers to shine. These folks are already highly motivated and must be challenged to stay engaged. Other employees benefit too. Employees who look to your top performers for direction and leadership are likely to emulate the enthusiasm and confidence they see. Here's what we know about the reputation we put forth when we seek to recruit. We know we work long hours, we have a mindset and a value proposition that demands serving, we don't think we're glamorous, and we certainly don't think any job in this industry is a cushy job. Aren't we a lot of fun? Wouldn't you love to come work in this industry? Well, yes. Yes, we are. We are fun, and people do want to work in this industry. And we know that's true because 5 supermarkets were on this year's Fortune magazine's ranking of the 100 best companies to work for. Wegmans and Nugget Markets were in the top 10. The list also featured Whole Foods, Stu Leonard's, and Publix supermarkets. And you're all here because you care about your companies, your jobs, and your careers in this industry. Quite simply, you have exceptional management and advancement opportunities in this great industry, and we seek to support you in attaining them. You're here because in spite of this downturn, you see a chance to raise the quality of your most important asset, your human capital. You're emphasizing how important it is to learn. You're here because as we address leadership development and training today, tomorrow, and into the future, we will be better able to retain our promising future executives once the economy begins to turn around. And you see that as a competitive advantage. Outside of our industry, Caterpillar spends more than $100 million per year on employee education. Wow, what an incredible commitment. And as their CEO, Jim Owens, says, learning is essential to our aspiration to be a great company. Great performance and profitability go hand in hand with continuous learning. To be on top of the industry, we must be in the know every day. And it was McCormick & Company's leader,